Welcome to Rock Club's record album review of Def Leppard Pyromania. My name is Kevin Z, and I am a lifelong musician and music fan. I'd like to think I've gained some musical wisdom over my 50 years of listening to, performing, and studying music from among my many favorite artists. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to my Rock Club channel, as I intend to review another monumental album each week. I grew up with classic rock bands like Led Zeppelin, Boston, and Kiss. I watched as new wave bands like Duran Duran hit big on MTV and television shows like Friday Night Videos. I witnessed the evolution of 80s alternative rock and hair metal and the rise of grunge. I'll give you my perspective on epic rock albums spanning across these years. I hope I can pass some of this knowledge along to my daughters, Sky and Ava, whose playlists include tunes from my album collection and my first generation iPod here with the circle dial in front. Another inspiration has been Maya and Patty, young gals who heard my playlist songs at work, many of them for the first time, and commented how today's music had changed so much and how Generation Z can benefit from my knowledge of these great artists and bands. I'm reviewing artists' albums in their format order as they were originally intended to be listened to. Keep in mind, these are my opinions, so feel free to comment, agree, or disagree. So let's begin. In the summer of 1983, I first heard Def Leppard's song Rock of Ages on the local Minneapolis rock radio station KQRS. Who is this band? What is he saying? Guntau, Gliepen, Glaupen, Globen. Then I heard that cowbell and the huge intro, and being the young drummer that I was, I said, I've got to get this album. So I jumped on my BMX bike, which was a PK Ripper, by the way, rode down to the Ben Franklin store and bought Pyromania on cassette tape, threw it in my Sony Walkman, and with that one listen to the album, I was hooked. Pyromania is Def Leppard's third album. It's their third studio album, and it features Joe Elliott on lead vocals, Steve Clark on guitars and backing vocals, Pete Willis on rhythm guitar, Phil Collen on guitars and backing vocals, and Phil was brought in to replace Willis due to alcoholism, Rick Savage on bass and backing vocals, and Rick Allen on drums and backing vocals. It's polished, radio-friendly rock sound produced by Robert Mutt Lang, who would go on to marry Shania Twain and produce her most popular albums, along with the videos for the album's 4 hit singles, catapulted the Brit heavy metal rockers into superstardom. Track 1 of side 1, Rock, Rock Till You Drop. The album opens things up with this huge production and a dramatic keyboard-infused intro, which was played by none other than Thomas Dolby of Blinded Me with Science fame. Great repeating guitar riff and sing-along chorus. Rock, rock till you drop. Rock, rock, never stop. Track 2, side 1, Photograph. This is the first single released off the album. Joe Elliott said he wrote the lyrics about Marilyn Monroe and that he was in love with her images and would stare at her photographs. Very memorable chorus and the hook that will pull in the listener. All I've got is a photograph instead of you. A true fan favorite and one of the best songs off the album, in my opinion. Track 3 of side 1, Stage Fright, opens with a great crowd cheering sample, giving the listener this sense that they are in a Def Leppard concert. Cool ascending guitar sequence during the chorus, and also a fantastic guitar solo on this tune. Track 4, side 1, Too Late for Love, was the 4th single released off the album and has a mysterious guitar and synthesizer opening. This song was all over the radio in the fall of 1983. It has a great bridge section leading into a guitar solo and then repeated again leading into the outro. Joe Elliott's vocals are incredible throughout, and he has been interviewed as saying that Mutt Lange was quite the taskmaster in the studio and made him sing his vocal dubs over and over until he got just the right takes. All of the hard work certainly paid off. The last song on side one, Die Hard the Hunter, has a very melodic guitar intro, then kicks into the hard-rocking first verse. The song tells the story of an ex-soldier who can't stop killing when he gets home from war. Kind of Def Leppard's take on post-traumatic stress disorder. Again, a very well-produced song with synths added and a great guitar solo. Side 2 of the album opens with Foolin', which was also the third single released off the album. Another radio mainstay, this tune opens with a sweet acoustic guitar and Elliott's fantastic vocals building up in the pre-chorus. Oh, I just gotta know. And then into the memorable chorus. Foolin', foolin'. A superbly crafted song with huge drums, which were sampled using a Linn drum machine, which would become all the rage in the mid-'80s, that Linn drum machine. Rick Allen would basically have to reproduce the Mutt Lange crafted drum parts live in concert. The next tune, track 2, side 2, Rock of Ages, was the second single off the album, released in June of '83, and became the anthem of the summer of '83. Heck, it has become one of rock's biggest anthems of all time. Who hasn't sung along to the chorus? Rock of Ages, Rock of Ages, still rolling, rock and rolling. Such an iconic song, right down to the matchstick lighting the fire and Elliott's mischievous laughter at the end of that song. Track 3, side 2, Comin' Under Fire. Again, it has a cool guitar intro. Can you notice the repeating theme here? A very catchy chorus and a huge outro, making this another great tune. Track 4, side 2, Action Not Words, has Joe Elliott singing about breaking out the camcorder. Did they even have those back then? In the bedroom with his girlfriend. So lots of fantastic guitar work by the trio of the band's axe slingers on this tune as well. Finally, the last track on the album, Billy's Got a Gun. This is a heavy kind of Zeppelin-ish, Kashmir-like guitar riff and a song about Billy, a young, rebellious youth. Great hooky chorus, and I love the guitar tones throughout. The last minute of the album is a hidden track, a synthesizer loop, which was titled The March of the Wooden Zombies. Pyromania made Def Leppard rock gods, selling over 10 million copies worldwide and selling out concerts throughout the US during the hair metal hiatus of the 80s. The band continues successfully to tour behind these epic tunes today. Thanks for tuning in, and look for more Rock Club record album reviews in the near future. Peace.